Good morning, I'm Eastern PA Weather 30 meteorologist Bobby Martich with a special Tuesday morning update for Hermine. We still have Hermine lurking off the coastline here. It started to move west as it got sucked in by this upper level low and captured. I do think the farther west movement is going to be halted today. It can only get so far west before it starts running into a ridge that's going to be starting to build in toward the middle of the week. So this will start to pull away, I think, on Wednesday, but it's going to be a slow process, and it's going to be kind of lurking out here just southeast of Long Island. You can see the latest frame here where the center of circulation is, and is right here, and this is still a pretty defined system. But you can see the bands coming in on the as far as the clouds go on the into the eastern part of New Jersey. There will be some gusty winds with that today, and there still is a threat of tropical storm force winds coming on shore, at least along the shore points. Now, these will be gusts, though. I don't think it's going to be sustained, but the National Hurricane Center is, in fact, showing that the possibility of these tropical storm force winds coming in to the immediate shore points. So I do think we're gonna have gusty winds, most prevalent on Tuesday. As that system starts to pull away on Wednesday, the system will the winds associated with the system will lower, but this will still continue to back out to the west. It is now moving a little bit slower to the west. It may even do like a little loop out here before it starts to move finally to the east. But you have to watch areas right along the shore points. The areas on Friday that got hit hard with the winds aspect of things, we'll start getting back into that again as this continues to move closer to the coastline. Here's the latest track from the National Hurricane Center. Does have it continuing to move west. It might not get this far west. We'll have to wait and see how that transpires. But here's the New Jersey coastline here, and this is where it is currently. But after this point, is expected to just do like a little loop here, and then finally head out in this direction. And things will start improving once they get into Wednesday, and that's because they have a ridge moving in here, and it can't. It's going to be forced out of here, and the interior is going to start getting into some really hot temperatures by the time we get to in the Wednesday-Thursday time frame. So it's going to push this thing east, and it can't go too far or much farther to the west. Let's go over to the models here. Here's the global model showing that system where it is right now. Again, over the next couple of hours here, we're going to see this kind of just sit here and loop a little bit, maybe make an advance back toward the coast a little bit before it starts to move east. And that we think that happens here during the day on Wednesday. But you can see it's also weakening in this process. So uncertain if we get any rain right along the eastern shores of the New Jersey coastline here. It is a possibility, but it wouldn't be anything that would overly affect and overwhelm that area in terms of rainfall. We are expecting the winds to be the worst situation out of this storm, and that's going to lead to some additional beach erosion. Still going to have some wave heights that are 4 to 8 feet, maybe locally higher than that in some places, and still some surge along the immediate coastline, and obviously some beach erosion will take place in those areas. So just if you're going to the shore points, I know it's after the Labor Day weekend now, so there should be less traffic down here. But you're going to have some mix of clouds and sun, maybe call it mostly cloudy right along the immediate shore points. We'll see some sun today, but not overwhelming sun, and we're going to have those bands coming in from the east as we saw on that previous image here. We go back to the satellite imagery. You can see some of those outer bands starting to come in here as far as bringing those clouds in along the shore points, and there will be some gusty winds with those. Could be an isolated shower as well, although right now everything is staying offshore. Going to the wind aspect of things, I do want to show you this because this is a very important graphic. This is the maximum wind gusts that can be expected today, and you can see these areas here along the coastline. If you're seeing any greens popping up here, those are gusts that are over 40 miles per hour. So right along the immediate coast, we could expect that to occur, and that's anywhere from Sandy Hook pretty much down to about Atlantic City, where you would have that occur with the highest winds. And these are wind gusts even in the interior that are over 30 miles per hour, in the 30 to 40 mile per hour range over much of New Jersey. Back here in Pennsylvania and back in Delaware, we're talking about wind gusts in the 20 to 30 mile per hour range, so not quite as high today, but it will be breezy. But there's a big difference between today and then this is the maximum gust here on Wednesday as the system starts to pull away much lower, and then the interior is just dealing with wind gusts maybe to 20 or so. Along the coast here, we're looking at the 20 to 30 range, maybe 35 along the immediate coast. But this is starting to weaken out offshore, and things are starting to improve offshore as well. So we're going to keep an eye on this just in case, but I don't think we're going to be dealing with too much more of Hermine the next 2 days, Tuesday, Wednesday. Wednesday much better than Tuesday. But right now, it's still something to deal with right along the shore points here with some gusty winds, but I don't think it's an overwhelming response to this system. This system is continuing west at 6 miles per hour currently, still with strong winds of about 65 miles per hour, but it will start to weaken, and that will also start to pull northeast and away from the area as we get into the day on Wednesday. I'm Eastern PA Weather 30 meteorologist Bobby Marchis, and that is your update on Hermine for Tuesday, September 6th.